6 months to get you pregnant. Get a pen and a paper. I have an entire strategy to share with you. And we're going to work on mind, body, energy, and soul. Let me share with you the step-by-step program for you for the next 6 months. My name is Doris. I'm the founder of the Lightwork Experience. I am specialized in hypnotherapy, in spirit baby communication, and holistic modalities like sound healing that you can see here. And I've put together this amazing program to help women get what they want, bring those little soul into this world, and manifest their dreams. Are you ready to hop on board? Let's start. Step number 1, your body. You might not realize it, but your body might be saturated. This program is tailored to not only heal, but help improve your natural state. I have witnessed women get pregnant after detoxing and fasting. The 2 detoxing programs that I could recommend, I've personally tried them and I find them amazing. My husband also did it and it was for him a life-changing experience. And I've heard that for thousands of people. People who are having chronic diseases, chronic pains, people who were feeling good but really got better, lost weight, got pregnant. You can hear amazing stories about those programs. So the first one that I want to talk about is the Clean program by Dr. Alejandro Junger. It's up to 3 weeks programs. I know that within his protocols you can do 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3-week program. And it is incredible. Yes, it means making the effort because it's caffeine-free, sugar-free, I wouldn't say fat-free, but there's a lot of things that you have to cut down, but you're giving the power for your body to restore itself, to heal itself. Why? Why giving this power to your body, and why is it so important? It's because as animals, and you can see it in the nature, in order to conceive, we have to be, as much as possible, stress-free, disease-free, mental load-free. I'll give you examples. I was watching a documentary recently and a lady was saying that the seagulls in her region would either not lay eggs or very tiny eggs whenever the winter was particularly harsh. So if there were a lot of storms and if it was colder than usual, then the seagulls would not lay eggs or very little. And I've had those messages sometimes from spirit babies that nutrition, detoxing, and improving the physical health and body was key for a couple to bring a soul into this life. The second book that I highly recommend for detox is the amazing Liver and Gallbladder Flush. Extremely powerful. I have done it. It's incredible. Be ready. There are quite a few steps to do, including colon wash, juicing before preparing your body, and so on. And on the days that you're planning to do the flush, you have to have no one around you. You really need a lot of intimacy and time on your own because energetically you're gonna go, your entire energy is gonna be drawn in because your body is gonna go through something quite extreme, but the results are incredible. The third element for body that I want to talk about is fasting. It is known in every culture, whether modern or ancient, fasting has always been part of humans' ability to restore, to strengthen oneself. And you see it whether different cultures, different religions, you find fasts in a lot of different cultures. You will have to do your research to see what you feel drawn to, what you feel attracted to try. Fourth and final step within the body part is sweating. Sweating through sports, that's one, but also sweating through hammams and saunas. You want to clear as much toxicity from your body as possible. So peeling your skin, sweating regularly, anything that you can do to help your body detoxify, because you do absorb, from the synthetic fabrics that we use, from the detergents that we use, from the air that we breathe. The toxicity comes from many different forms. So anything that you can do to encourage and boost the healing process within your body, do that. Let's move on to the mind. First step within the mind is to declutter. There's too much going on, or you're not having the right thoughts. What I recommend is meditation. That's the first step, and that is key. If you know me, you know that I'm a highly spiritual being with psychic abilities, and I travel in different dimensions to connect with souls and beings that are accompanying us and understand within the cycle of incarnation what makes spirit babies choose certain parents, and what happens in a specific context, and what is the difference between destiny and our free will. And I have a lot of keys and a lot of things to share with you. This takes me to my Spirit Baby Communication course, because I talk about all of these subjects. So, number one, meditation. Meditation, just like how you see in this image, is reducing your problems by the minute. You will find a lot of free content on apps like Calm, even on Spotify, on YouTube. Seriously, now when it comes to meditation, you have guided meditations, music meditations, silent meditations. You can try that yourself. You can also work on exercises like manifestation. Hypnosis is a great tool to work on childhood traumas. If we talk about just this life, you can work on it on your behaviors, your addictions, certain patterns that are coming back and over, and you're not able to stop them, or if there's certain things that you're experiencing with your partner and you don't know how to stop it, then hypnosis is a very good technique. Talking about hypnosis, it's also very good to go and see what kind of baggage you brought with you in this life. It could be karmic. Sometimes you've been punishing yourself from something that you've done in another life, not allowing you to get pregnant into this life. Or sometimes you have experienced something in past lives that was so traumatic, like, for example, dying while giving birth in the 800s, or having to give away your child for adoption because you could not keep the child at the time, and the guilt is consuming you, and you're carrying this in different lifetimes, not allowing you to get pregnant in this incarnation, in this lifetime. And you can do whatever you want. You will not be able to figure it out until and unless you go and explore and resolve those side, parallel, and past lives that are impacting this life that you're living right now. So I highly encourage that you go and discover those types of lives. We're going to talk about that in the soul part. Okay, so stay with me. We are now moving on to energy. All right. Energetically, you might be loaded with trapped energies. Trapped energies or meridians, you can go with Ayurveda, with Chinese medicines, with holistic medicines. It is known now, everything is energy. We are energies. And there's a lot of energies that usually will be blocked, almost like a clogged pipe that will not allow anything to flow. So one of your target is to start clearing your energies and recreate motion within yourself. What are the techniques that I recommend? One, read about this technique called body code. The second thing is energy healing in all their forms, like Reiki, pranic healing, shamanic healing, magnetism, massages, acupuncture. You want to work on your energies. It's crucial. The thing is that when you're going to start this 6-month program, you're never going to know right then and there which is going to be the one thing that you do that will unlock everything. Okay? Because we are multidimensional beings, and we are multi-layered beings. So for you, maybe it's going to be the diet, the detox that will open everything. For someone else, it will be the emotional clearing, the baggage. For someone else, it's the energy work. It's not understanding, not having to do anything, but just asking for help. Maybe that was the biggest lesson into getting a child. You would only get a child if you learn to ask for help. Here you go. This is what you had to do. And by doing so, by putting yourself in the hands of someone else to receive help, to being opened to receiving, that could be what unlocks your ability and you bringing a child into this world. You know, life works in mysterious ways, and that's the reason why I'm putting this program together. It's because it's very complex, and it's about, you know, trial and errors and testing and going a little bit on that side, trying this method here, you know, and I do say that, and I see it, and I work with all sorts of women. And it's not about being a perfect being. It's really about unlocking yourself, working on your different baggages, because on this earth we all have something to learn. We don't come here unless we have certain challenges to go through and certain things to learn to grow into being better human beings. Well, you have to accept that for you it might be struggling to have a baby, because you need to grow into a wiser person who's going to get elevation through building a family, through her children. I want you to know that these are accelerators. They are spiritual accelerators for growth. So tighten your belt, because, you know, it's not going to stop at just trying to get a child. There's a lot of things coming your way. It's just the beginning. Be ready for it. All right, now that we're done with the different energy sessions, let's move on to the soul. The bright, shiny, luminous self that you are. Let's not forget about it, because it's shining bright, but you might have a lot of shadows and a lot of things that are obstructing the light to shine. Sometimes it's pure self-sabotage. Sometimes it's accumulated things over life. Sometimes it's baggage that you're taking with you. Can you imagine if you were to consider your family lineage? Take a minute and think about what's been going on in your family on both sides, father's side, mother's side. Are there a lot of twins? Are there a lot of single child, or only girls, only boys, no children? Is there a history of certain disease or certain things going on? Observe everything, because your family lineage is going to teach you a lot about what's going on with you. I'm going to talk about therapies here, and especially for the family lineage, it is one family constellation. Family constellations as a group, if you have the opportunity, you can do individual sessions, and it works amazingly. It's phenomenal. But I recommend also trying it as a group. Not only because people will act and represent certain things for you, but it will also give you an understanding about how it is to incarnate someone's energy. Anyway, it's a bit long into details, but it's an amazing, enlightening experience to see that we are able to connect with any living form and sense and feel certain things about them. So it can be a very enlightening experience. 2 is karma. There might be some karmic baggage that you are taking along with you. I talked about hypnosis earlier. Again, I come back to it. I love this technique. It's revealing, and it's so powerful and so healing that there might be something going on. Okay, you might be punishing yourself for something, feeling guilty for something, being scared of something, you know. Sometimes it's in this life also, having made statements like, I'll never have children, that's not for me. You might have said that 10, 15 years ago, but now it's another story. Unfortunately, your body got the message loud and clear that it's not going to have children. So that has gone into the cellular memory, and everything has been programmed inside of your body right now to not make a baby. So working on reframing and changing the cellular memory can be done through hypnosis. Other techniques maybe, but I'm sharing with you what I know, what I'm familiar with, and what I love. And then spirit baby communication. I discovered spirit baby communication through having my own children, because I could connect. I knew that I had psychic abilities. I knew that I could connect with any living being, but it really became obvious when I started communicating with my kids. And one of the biggest examples that I always share is my second daughter. I wanted to have a child. My husband was not ready. And I decided I was going to go and connect to my spirit baby. And I could feel her. I think she even came to me more than me connecting with her. But because I sensed her, I started connecting more consciously. And I remember being in my bed, connecting with her. And she said that if I wanted to get pregnant, my husband and I had to fall back in love to how it was in the early beginning. And she had told me that right now was the right timing. We got pregnant immediately. So I had to listen to what my spirit baby had to say, what it wanted to teach me in order to manifest it, to come into this world. So these are the type of information that spirit babies can give you. You know, they can sometimes tell you that it's not the right timing. Sometimes they need you to do certain things. They need your vibration to be on another level. There's a lot of things that you can learn from connecting with your spirit babies. So I highly encourage that you try spirit baby communication. I have put the link for the spirit baby book that I love. I'm a very big fan of it. And you can also try and do my self-paced spirit baby communication for beginners, because I think it's an amazing tool to get started. Okay, so here we go. You have now an entire panel. You have 6 months to get started. Let's talk strategy, planning, scheduling. We are here on a mission for the next 6 months. Why 6 months? Is that because a lot of techniques take time. I'll give you an example. If you want to go fast, there's 3 weeks preparation before you can go onto this 6-day fast. So you need to first do your research, plan for it, schedule the time, do your preparation, cut certain elements in your diets, then do the 6 days. So you have this 3 weeks course, then you have this 6-day training, then you have to come back into your life, and then you have to give yourself a couple of months to see the results. It's not just going to all happen in one day. So you see, for example, just for this fasting, we're talking of about a 3 months window to see concrete results. If this is what you need, or maybe it's a complement, maybe for you it's going to be the diet with something else. Same thing between meditation. Maybe you're new into meditating, maybe you don't even like it. But again, it's about being disciplined, regular, consistent. This is how you get results. So when you imagine you start meditation, imagine you want to do sessions, hypnotherapy sessions. You have to find the therapist that you want to work with, someone that you're comfortable with. Do they have immediate availability? How many sessions do you need? It's so vast. Oh my goodness. You can go into so many directions. And you could do hypnotherapy for 2 to 3 to 4 months or years. But I think 5 to 10 sessions are already good enough to dig into, the essentials of what you're going through. But even if you were to say 5 to 10 sessions at a rate of about 1 session per week or 1 session every 2 weeks, that is already 5 to 10 or up to 20 weeks. A little bit of sports, a little bit of outing, a little bit of good time with your partner, quality time on top of whatever you're doing. Imagine how long that is going to take. And your body is going to have its limits. Trying to go faster than what your body needs to integrate everything that you're making it go through will also not be helpful. Remember something, you're going on a mission, but it's a mission of lightness and pleasure. A lot of women get caught into this obsession that I am only doing this to get a baby. I often say that is your end goal. I completely understand. But there are so many more benefits that you're going to get into your life by discovering things about you. And you shouldn't be doing it just because you want the baby, even though it is very valuable, and I completely understand. But don't get lost into this obsessive mission to conception. you also want to get pleasure in this. You want to rediscover yourself. You want to fall in love with yourself. You want to be proud of yourself. So make it a pleasure. Dedicate time. What I would say, you can dedicate yourself the 6 months, or if you're a person who likes intensity, you do your entire program on 3 months, and then you give yourself 1 month before and 1 to 2 months after, and you are within that 6-month boundaries. For some of you, anyway, it's also about divine timing. There might be certain things that are orchestrated within your family lineage that will not allow the souls of your baby to come onto this earth before someone else departs. So you're going to have to learn to be patient and to try and understand what's at stake in your life, what's going on and what's happening. It's bigger than you, trust me. So what I recommend is that you blend a little bit of those techniques together. Don't just do one after the other, because your biggest target here is lifestyle, is to make permanent changes, beautiful changes that are going to uplift you. And then you're going to keep what you want to keep and let go of the rest. So what I would recommend is that, for example, you start working on the energy, mind or soul, while you are researching and planning the detoxes that you want to do. So for the first month, you start working on the energies and the mind and the soul. You start to schedule your detoxes, or you might need to prepare enema to do. You might have never done that in your life, so you're not going to do it right then and there just before you do your 6-day detox. Maybe you're going to have to try a couple of times the week ahead. So there's a lot of steps that are to be taken into consideration when you're going to do your body cleansing. So get started, blend them, and make sure you keep it joyful, you keep it light. If you can, don't do it alone. Even if you have, let's say, a very good friend or your best friend or your neighbor or your spouse, anyone that's with you who wants to do it with you, maybe not for the purpose of having a child, but for changing something within their lives, try to do it as a duo. You will see. It's a lot more motivating, because sometimes when you're going to feel down, where you're going to hesitate, when you're going to want to cancel everything that you're doing, well, maybe that other person is going to support you, and vice versa. So I hope you took in all the information, and if there's anything that you want from me, let me know. I'll be happy to help. Bye.